Children, till now we have learnt about what is vector and how the vector components and vector mathematics is compared with our normal number system. Okay. So, in our number system we have 0, okay, 1, right. So, this is compared with the 0 vector, okay, 1 is compared with the unit vector. So, in this way we are going to learn, but we have so many numbers 2, 3, these are the only values, but we are having direction also here and position also with reference to x, y, z axis, okay. In this mathematics, normal mathematics, you have the some mathematical operations. What are the values, set of values in this normal mathematics? Okay, normal mathematics. What do you do? By using these all set of values, you will do some operations. What are they? Addition, subtraction, okay children, and multiplication and division. Okay. In the same way, do we have any operations in the vector mathematics? Vector mathematics. Yes, we have. The same way, what do we have here? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay children, yes. Here what do we do? Addition means simply by taking any two values of from one set, simply we will add. Okay, 1 plus 2 gives you 3. 1 plus 2 gives you 3. Simply we people are adding. Here also we will add the vectors a bar plus b bar, a bar plus b bar. But here we should reduce the system to Pythagoras triangle, then we can add, to get the resultant. Okay, yes, and a subtraction but keep it in mind, in the mathematics you have these many operations, but what I have learnt, according to me, only we have one operation, that is addition. So, addition means adding two things, summing of two values. But coming to the subtraction, we thought that this is different from the addition. Okay, but if you see in the additional view, in the summing of view, we people are adding two different direction values. That means children, you are running with the speed 5 meter, 1 meter per second. Okay, right. And your friend is a runner actually, so he participates in so many tournaments. He is running for 2 meter per second, but you are going in the east direction, he is going in the west direction. Okay, yes. So I should keep here minus. Now I want to know the sum of these two. What do you do here? 1 plus minus 2. What do you get children? Minus 1 meter per second. Have you done addition or subtraction? Plus into minus becomes minus, okay, so that you got. So this operation is called, we say subtraction, but initially what is being done here? The negative direction, opposite direction of one value is being added to the whatever we know the value. So this one also nothing but the addition. And coming to the multiplication means here also I will say that is also one of the addition. Okay, let me explain. 2 plus 2, how much children? 4. 2 2s are how much children? 4. I will say this is multiplication, nothing but addition, nothing but addition. How? You people are adding the term 2 for 2 times. 2 should be added for 2 times, means 2 plus 2. Now 2 3 children, we have 6. What should I do here? 3 should be added for 2 times. Okay, now 4 2s are, that means what is the answer children, multiplication wise? 8. What does it mean? We should add 2 for 4 times. So, this is even multiplication also addition, even multiplication also addition. In the same way division, but here division means somewhat different. We people are reducing its value for some parts. Okay. Now, the same concept we will apply for this addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And what should we do for addition in the vector mathematics? What should we do for subtraction in the vector mathematics? Okay, simply if you apply the minus sign for the subtraction, minus sign, nothing but that is the addition. Okay, what we are applying here. Okay, and the same way multiplication, but here multiplication can be done between one scalar, that means only one number which does not have direction, which does not require direction to understand. Okay. Multiplication can be done in scalar to scalar, scalar to vector and vector to vector. So, what are those terms, and is division possible in the vectors? We are going to learn. If it is possible, in which way should I do the division with vector to vector or vector to scalar? That has to be done, that has to be known. Okay. Yes, we are going to learn these things. Okay. In the first one, addition. What is that? Addition. See children, the first mathematical operation in vector mathematics is addition. What is that? Addition. We have still subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay. All these operations are being possible or not, we are going to learn. Okay, right. Summing of 2 or more vectors is called vector addition according to the vector algebraic rules. That means simply just add 2 vectors, the resultant we need to know. Combining, the combining will be done by either multiplication or addition or subtraction. Okay. So, the resultant, why this type of requirement I need means, if you take one object, okay, this is one box which is lies on the floor, I am applying the force in this way, okay, and you also applying the force Fa, Fb. So, what will be the resultant? What will be the effect of by combining these two? If this your force is acting in this way, what should I do? And if it is applying in this way, what will be the effect? So, you require the combining of two same physical quantity vectors effect in the phenomena. What will be the combined effect for those 2 or more vectors are participating in that phenomena? Either it is momentum, either it is force, okay children, velocity, displacement, you need to know these all. Okay, because the ultimate effect we require, this cannot be changed. Even we change the reference frame, coordinate axis we change also, the value must be same. So, how it is possible? That can be known by vector addition, Simply, even it is making any angle, look at this, it is making some angle with here, with this force, but still the effect is being constrained. Okay. But coming to the scalars, it is not possible, we just take the values only. Here the angle also. So, whenever 2 or more physical quantities, same physical quantities which have the vector properties participate in the phenomena, what will be the effect? Here I should consider their summation, So, that one. Okay. This can be known by, if you take 2 vectors, triangle of vector addition. If you take again 2 vectors, parallelogram law of vector addition. If you take 2 or more vectors, polygon law of vector addition. Polygon law of vector addition. Polygon means so many sides. It's a geometrical 2D shape, okay, closed shape, but which has so many sides to close that one. To close, yes. So, what does it tell you? Based on this one, these two laws are being derived. First of all, just literally try to know what is polygon law. Polygon law means here one vector F1 force is acting, here one force is acting, okay, here one force is acting, here one force is acting, here one force is acting. Okay. So, what will be the resultant of this? What will be the resultant of this? That means, if one object is here, just to place this one F1, you can see F1 is acting in this way, F1, F2, okay, this is acting in this way, F2, F3, okay, it is acting in this way, F4, it is acting in this way, F5, this is acting in this way. Parallelly, I just placed, look at this. So, actually on one system these forces are acting. That means, some children are dragging one box this side, okay, this side, look at this, two children are dragging, okay. Here two more children are dragging, look at this, two more children, okay, dragging this one, but some children are dragging this one in this way, only one boy, okay. Here some girls are dragging, some girls are dragging, look at this, they are following different directions from their axis and it is being dragged in different directions. So, what will be its net displacement, in which way it is being moved, right. Look at this, so many other forces are acting. So, in that condition, what will be the net effect? What will be the net effect? There you should add this force, this force, this force, this force, this force, this force. So, the resultant force can be known. Resultant force can be known. So, if you draw the diagrammatically with vector representations, means arrows with the tail and head, it follows one closed 2D shape. Look at this, total 5 forces are acting in this object. I just placed these as it is same, F2, F2, F3, F3, F4, F4, F5, F5, F1, F1. So, 5 forces are acting. What will be its resultant? The polygon law tells you if the vectors represented by the sides of the polygon along one direction, look at this, along one direction. Is it which direction, children? Anti-clockwise, or you can keep in clockwise. Now, this polygon has one side should be required to close that, right. So, the closing side is the net effect in opposite direction, means this should be drawn in this way, this one. The sixth side is the net effect of these all forces, So, this block will move in this direction F6. If you apply the forces in this way, that will be in that way. The direction of ultimate direction of this block, if you move, will be in this way, right. The closing side opposite direction of all the vectors, that means these are all anti-clockwise. What about this one? Clockwise. That means according to reference frame, this is opposite to that. So, the box will move in that way. So, that is the simply you should keep it in mind here. when you represent vectors in any geometrical shape, the closing sides give you the resultant vector by adding 2 or more vectors. Here 2 or more. If I take 2 as vectors as sides of triangle, So, what I said, this is one side F1 force, this is one side F2 force. According to the polygon law, what is the answer, children? The closing side, look at this one. These are going in this way, so it should be drawn opposite to that one. These are along one direction, anti-clockwise. What about this one? This is going in this way. So, this will be the resultant of F1 plus F2. Closing side, you can see. But here I am taking only 2 sides, that is why that is the triangle. If I take 2 sides, but somewhat explanation required for this one, you will understand even the 2 sides, that one also follow triangle law, but we will apply the diagonal concept. Here I said parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel and equal. In that case, what will be the answer? The same thing you can apply, same. So, polygon law means simply closing side will give you resultant vector, answer for your all summation of vectors. Here also answer for these two is this one, okay. But how this is being calculated, okay, that can be known, okay. So, we will start with the triangle law of vector addition. In the vector addition, the first law, triangle law of vector addition. Here I am taking 2 vectors, not so many, okay, 2 to add each other, but keep it in one thing, addition can be done with the same type of quantities, What does it mean? You have 2 chocolates, okay, your brother has 3 biscuits. Can you add these 2? No, this is not being possible. And your sister had 5 chocolate. Can I add now? Yes, I can add 7 chocolate. But biscuits and chocolate, can we add? No. But what should I do? If I convert both in one form, how? 2 chocolates, each one 5 rupees, so 10 rupees. 3 biscuits, each one 2 rupees, so 6 rupees. So, in this way I can add, but I should not change the nature of the quantity which is being added. That is not being possible in the vectors. I cannot change the displacement as velocity as acceleration. What I have changed here, look at this, chocolate into price, biscuits into price means money, but same type of physical quantities can be added in this way. That can be done. So, in the vector mathematics, if you want to add, keep it in mind, if you want to add, if you want to subtract, okay, those physical quantities which are being involving in that operation should be same type. You can add forces to forces, momentum to momentum, velocity, displacement, acceleration, but we cannot add force and velocity, force and acceleration, force and displacement. Did you understand, children? So, this is the main thing you need to memorize, keep it in mind. Yes. Now, I represent the here, I have written the here definition of the statement of the triangle law of vector addition. Look at this, if 2 same type of vectors, I said you now, same type, same nature, other physical quantities should not be involved, same type, either forces, velocities, momentums, displacements you can add. Represents the sides of a triangle, That means, if you identify their shape in the form of arrows, and if you drag to keep its head to its tail, what will happen, children? It is trying to form one type of area if you take the straight line in this way. So, which shape is this one now? Triangle. What does it call? Triangle. Now, this area gives you one shape, nothing but triangle. So, summation of these two vectors A plus B, what will be its resultant? What will be its resultant? Consider C. Okay, consider. Now, the C value we need to know, and if you add two vectors, that gives you, again what happens? Vector. Again that will gives you vector, because so many forces are acting on one block, already we have discussed, that gives you resultant force in one direction, resultant force in one direction. The resultant force also vector or not? Yes, that is also vector. So, if you add or subtract any vectors, again the resultant also vector. In some cases it is not possible in the scalar product, in the scalar product. So, what does it call? We are going to know. Okay. So, I just joined with this imaginary line. Now, what I said here, the third side, closing side in opposite direction. Look at this. This is going in this way. This is going in this way. So, the third close would be, this is the third close. This third close in opposite direction, children, opposite direction. Look at this. This is going in this way, but this is going in this way, opposite to these two directions. It represents the resultant of two vectors. So, A plus B gives you C vector, means this is the C. This is the C. How can we know its magnitude? How can we know its direction? Okay. Whatever triangular gives you, the third side is the resultant of those two sides of vectors, Okay. So, if any vectors are there, just form the two vectors triangle shape as sides, then just take the third side, that gives you easily the resultant, Okay, children. So, we are going to get its resultant. What the triangular tells you, if you add the third closed side, polygon law or triangle law tells you the closed side of that shape, 2D shape, gives you either triangle or polygon. The closed side gives you the resultant vector, summation of these two, A bar plus B bar equal to the resultant. I used the letter or resultant of these two summation vectors, means addition, vector addition. So, that is the R, means this is the R. Now, how much this vector has the size, but keep it in mind, this is going in this way, this is going in this way. The summation of these two vectors resultant gives you opposite to these directions. That means, look at this, they are going anti-clockwise, but this is going opposite to that one. So, that is why we need to know its size, means magnitude. What does it call? Magnitude. Okay. And in which way it is giving the effect, means direction. Okay, children. So, magnitude can be known, I already in the previous session I said you before, if you want to know the magnitude in the vector mathematics, make the shape, reduce the shape into the Pythagoras right angle triangle, so that I can easily calculate its magnitude. Okay? Yes. So, what should I use here? Pythagoras theorem. By applying this one, we can calculate its magnitude. Okay? And direction. For this direction, what should I apply, children? Tangent function. What does it call? Tangent function. So, if you know these two, you can calculate the resultant vectors magnitude and direction. Okay, yes. Now, for this one, I said you before Pythagoras theorem. To apply Pythagoras theorem, what do you require, children? Right angle triangle. So, get this shape in the form of right angle triangle. How will it be possible, children? This B should be in this way, right? Then you can see right angle. That means, if this is O, this is X, okay, this is Y, this is Z. Now, triangle OYZ forming right angle triangle, Look at this, B has been changed into in this way, okay. So that I got right angle triangle. But how will I get this one? So here I am using the concept projection. What does it call? Projection, okay. So projection means here this is the projection of vector B on A along x axis, okay, along x axis, simply horizontal projection. What does it call? Horizontal projection of B on A along x axis, okay. Next one, this is first one, and the next one you can see vertical projection, that means here this is BH on A, this is BB on A, horizontal, vertical. How do we know these two? Look at this, here I used the word projection. What does it call? Projection. Projection means something, any radiation is being projected on screen on one obstacle. In the movie theater you can see the rays are being projected by the projector on the screen, so that we will be able to see the movie. In the same way, here I want to get the projection on A of B. B's projection on A. How will I get, children? So take the light. This means torch. It gives you light, right? So this gives you light. Okay. Now its shadow, this projection shadow on A in this way, from here to here. Look at this projection. You people kept this light radiation perpendicular to this A, so that's why you will get the B's projection on A. B's projection on A means horizontal projection, and I want B's projection vertically. What should I do, children? I should keep the light in this way. So in this way you will get light. You can see how these rays are going and being obstructed by this vector B. So what happens? Its shadow forms here. Its shadow will be here. Okay. This projection forms shadow here. Did you understand? So everywhere in the vector space, if you want to resolve the vector, this is one vector, children, C bar. I said you before, in this universe there are two types of phenomena having the direction either parallel or perpendicular. So make this one parallel to our reference frame, means this one, right? So this is called C bar cos theta. Okay. Now make this one perpendicular, means this one. So this is C bar sin theta, cos theta, sin theta. See this, cos theta, sin theta. So every vector, even it has a different orientations, you just make it according to our reference frame, either parallel, horizontal component, either vertical, perpendicular component. Okay, because we will see all the phenomena either parallel or perpendicular, either horizontal or vertical. So that's why for our requirement, we people are making in this way. So that's why I use the word projection shadow. So if you touch on the light, okay, if you turn on the light here, what happens? This light falls on the vector B. It gives you shadow here. That's why B horizontal component. What does it call? B cos theta. B cos theta. In the resolution of vectors, I said you resolution. This vector is being resoluted in this way. B cos theta, B sin theta, B sin theta. So that this is the B sin theta. Did you understand? We resoluted, but I explained in the projection and shadow manner, that is why I have written. So, now I got this side as one of the side for right angle triangle. This side acts as opposite side of the right angle triangle. Now, the resultant acts as a hypotenuse of that right angle triangle. So, Pythagoras theorem, I made the shape in the form of right angle triangle. Now, I can easily calculate magnitude. Magnitude means quantity, how much according to the number. I do not want which nature, which physical quantity is that. I just want magnitude, how much length it is, how much length. So, if you want to know this magnitude, what is the magnitude here? OZ. What does it call? OZ. So, OZ, I said you what is that? Hypotenuse. So, OZ square equal to, what should I write? OY side square plus side square. So, OZ equal to square root of OY square plus YZ square. Have I gotten my magnitude, children? I got my magnitude. But here I assigned some values, a bar vector. What is its magnitude? Magnitude can be written modulus of a bar. What is its magnitude? Already this is magnitude. Modulus b bar and cos theta. What is the theta, children, here? It makes the angle here with a vector. With the a vector. You can ask me, sir, angle between the two vectors, why you are taking here? Why can't you take here? Because angle means between two vectors, but whenever you want to measure the angle in the vectors, you should say, you should take this one. Okay? That means if you place this vector here, what happens? See. So, this is the theta. This is the theta. Okay? You should not take this one. Whenever you want to measure the angle between two vectors, make them collinear first. Make them collinear. Collinear means, children, two vectors starts from their tails. The tails are located at one point. So, if the two vectors are here, make it collinear. So, bring this one here. So, in this way. So, it will not be here. Now, you can measure the angle. The smallest angle, you should not take again greatest angle, smallest angle. That means, always the angle between any two vectors either 180 or below 180, not more than that. Okay, children? Yes. So, in this way you can calculate any vector, just to make them collinear. Collinear means they starts from one point. They starts from one point. So, in that way we calculate. So, this is theta. If you place this b here, look at this b. So, this is the angle. That is why this angle, these two are parallel, right? That is why this angle, this angle. So, this is b cos theta, b sin theta. Once again, refer the resolution of vectors so that you will know what is b sin theta, what is b cos theta, how those are being calculated. Okay? Yes, by using these values, now we are going to calculate magnitude. So, we are going to calculate magnitude. I said you before, the angle between them assume as theta. So, this is modulus b cos theta, this is modulus b sin theta according to the resolution of vectors. This b is resoluted as b cos theta, b sin theta. Okay, yes. Now, I want to know magnitude of resultant. Magnitude of resultant of a bar plus b bar. So, it can be equated to modulus of r bar, modulus of r bar. Therefore, if you take right angle shape, look at this right angle shape. Okay. So, this is O, X, Y, Z. Now, I want modulus r bar. So, this one. So, this is OZ equal to OZ. Okay, equal to what happens? Equal to square root of side square. What is the side here? O y. OY. This is the hypotenuse. Okay. This is a side. This is a side. Pythagoras theorem, side square plus side square equal to hypotenuse square. So, OY square plus YZ square. OY square plus YZ square. So, what happens children? OY means, can I write OY as OX plus XY plus as it is YZ? See children, OX plus XY. OY has been written OX plus XY. OX plus XY. I added these two. But OX means it gives you magnitude of the vector A. So, modulus A bar plus XY. XY value children, modulus B bar cos theta whole square plus YZ here to here. What is the magnitude? B sin theta side square. B bar sin theta whole square. Okay. Now, just to apply the square for A square and B square and this one and B square. So, you will get children in textbooks sometimes they won't use any bold letters for magnitude of the vector as simply A. Okay. So, if I write this one in that way, what do you get? A square plus second term square. So, B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta, and this one B square sin square theta. Apply the root. Apply the root. Okay. So, if you solve, what do you get children? Here I am writing, here I am writing, okay, A square plus B square cos square theta, B square sin square theta. Take this B square common children, what do you get? B square, okay, open the bracket, cos square theta plus sin square theta. Plus what do you have? 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. Cos theta. Okay. So, children, cos square that plus sin square theta value children 1. So, A square plus B square into 1 plus 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. So, what do you get? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So, this is the magnitude of the given vector. So, R bar equal to modulus R bar equal to root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Cos theta. So, whenever you have two vectors, if you add, you just apply this formula. You just apply this formula, A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. In this way, we can calculate its magnitude. So, what did I use here? Pythagoras shape, Pythagoras right angle triangle shape. Now, I want to know its direction, means how much angle it is making, how much angle it is making. Consider that is the alpha, consider that is the alpha. So, what should I calculate now if I want to know the direction? Tangent function of that one. So, tan alpha we need to go calculate. So, already we have calculated its magnitude. Now, we are going to calculate direction. To calculate the direction, what is the mathematical term we should take? Tangent function. What does it call? Tangent function. Tangent ratio you can take. So, that tells you how much slope it has when compared with x and y axis, x and y axis. So, simply tangent function. So, therefore, tan alpha, I said you resultant makes with x axis horizontal alpha angle. So, if you assume in that way, tan alpha value, what is the tan alpha children? Opposite side by adjacent side. Okay, opposite side by adjacent. What is the opposite side here? Y, Z. for the right angle triangle YZ, and what is the adjacent side? OY. OY. So YZ means B sin theta. I have removed the modulus and the arrow because it represents magnitude. It represents magnitude of B. Okay. Now adjacent side OY. OY means children OX plus XY. OX plus XY. So B sin theta by OX value here. What is that? A. Okay. Modulus of A bar, simply I have written A, plus XY children B cos theta. B cos theta. B cos theta. So this is the tan alpha value. This is tan alpha value. What did you get? B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So direction, right? Simply I want angle alpha equal to inverse function of the tan of B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So in this way we can calculate the direction of the resultant vector of R. Resultant vector of R, how much angle it is making with the horizontal. Horizontal, because your perceiveness is either horizontal or vertical, parallel or perpendicular. Okay children, that is why alpha value this way. So tan alpha B sin theta plus A plus B cos theta we obtained. Now special cases, while we are finding the direction of the resultant vector, special cases, what is the special cases? That means the first case, if alpha value 0, alpha value 0, that means resultant follows the horizontal direction, alpha value 0. Okay, yes. What do you get? Tan alpha equal to tan 0 equal to what do you have children? B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. Tan 0 children value we know already, tan 0 value 0. So this value becomes 0. Okay, this value becomes 0. So what does it mean? A plus B cos theta into 0, and ultimately you will get sin theta value 0. Ultimately you will get sin theta value 0. So theta value again 0 degrees. 0 degrees means you get the resultant. Okay, you get the resultant. That means children, one force 1 value 3 I cap, that is it. Second force value 6 I cap, 6 I cap. Now based on their I, you have the now somewhat identification, their direction and magnitude. Magnitude is 3, here magnitude is 6, but direction both are forming along one direction, x axis. So the resultant also should make a 0 angle. So when the resultant is 0, you can know that between the two vectors the angle also 0. So whenever you want maximum resultant, the two vectors should maintain 0 angle parallel to each other. If you want to get minimum, you should maintain unparallelity, means 180 degrees. Simply you can understand by pushing one block. You are applying the force F on this side, I am applying the force this side. What will happen? Both sum of the value will be cancelled because you are obstructing my force. My effect is being obstructed by you, opposite to me. But you became friend to me, so that you are helping to me in this way, in same direction. So both are pushing that obstacle. What happens? The resultant will be more. Angle between them 0. Angle between them 0. So that's why if you add these two, resultant F1 plus F2, what do you get children? 9 I cap. Again I cap, 9 I cap. So what is that? Along x direction. So the resultant makes 0. The angle between the two vectors also 0. That can be understood from this application. From this application. Now if alpha value 90, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? So if alpha value 90, okay, better to take theta value 90, second case, theta value 90. So, what happens based on this value calculate the resultant angle value. So, tan alpha equal to b sin 90 by a plus b cos 90, okay, b cos 90. So, b sin 90 means sin 90 value 1 and a plus b cos 90 value children 0. So, cos 90 0 into b. So, what do you get? b by a, b by a. Okay. So, alpha value simply you will get tan inverse b by a, tan inverse magnitude of b by a. Now, if the case alpha value 90, tan 90 value 1, tan 90 value 1, then if you send these all things, sin theta value, cos theta value can be known. But simply theta value 90 means both vectors are making 90, the alpha value simply direct. That means here look at this a bar b bar, two sides represents of triangle, but in this case they are making 90 degrees. Directly those two vectors are perpendicular to each other. Directly those two vectors are perpendicular to each other. So, the resultant, that means so once you can understand from this duster, that means this duster is being applied force a bar, means it is moving, being applied force in this direction horizontally, it is going in this way. See, it is going horizontally, what I am applying the force. Now, you applied the force b bar perpendicular to this one, means in this way actually it is going, but you apply force in this way. So, due to your force it is going upwards, due to my force it is going horizontal, horizontal, vertical. Now, see combined effect of these two, horizontal force, vertical force, in which direction it will go children now? Actually horizontal, vertical, but resultant forms its a diagonal, right, this way. So, horizontal a vector, b vector, resultant r bar, it should go in this way, means like this it goes. Okay. Your force, okay, my force, so resultant diagonally it is going, see both resultant, that means your force, okay, this is b bar, your force, this is a bar. So, the resultant will follow in the slant manner. Actually, this duster applying force in this way, you are also applying force in this way. So, the resultant will follow in this direction. Okay. So, in the space you need to know how many forces are acting. Even our bodies also being applied by so many forces, gravitational forces, okay, gravitational force by this board, gravitational force by the moon, gravitational force by the sun, gravitational force by this earth. Okay. So, all other forces, all forces, the resultant, that is why I am here now. Okay. On this marker also, okay, gravitational force is acting, my frictional force here, electromagnetic force stops this one. So, that is why it is being stopped. Did you understand? Yes. So, in this way we can calculate. Now, the third case, theta value 180, theta value 180, same, apply the same formula, b sin 180 cos 180. What do you get children? Answer? If you take in the waves lesson, so this black is a sine function. Okay. Now, this red is a cos function. So, this is 0 degrees, here 90 degrees, here 180 degrees, here 270 degrees, here 360 degrees, because to complete one cycle it should revolve for 360 degrees, revolve for 360 degrees. Okay. Yes. So, this is plus 1, this is minus 1, this is 0. this is 0. So, sin 0 value 0, sin 90 plus 1 because angle, sin 180 0. So, sin 180 value B, sin 180 value 0, okay, by A plus B cos 180, cos 0 children plus 1, cos 90 children 0, cos 180 children red color. So, what is this? Minus 1. What is that? Minus 1. So, B by B into 0, 0 by A minus B. So, what do you get? 0. Alpha value also 0, alpha value also 0. So, tan alpha value 0 means alpha value 0 degrees. What does it represent? Here the vector A, vector B both are not parallel, okay, both are unlike vectors, means opposite to each other, opposite to each other. That means A bar this one, B bar this one, because angle between them 180 I said, 180, okay, 180. So, what happens? Subtraction you are taking A minus B, that is the meaning, that is the meaning. If you want to get its magnitude, it will be in this way, A minus B, A minus B. So, in these cases we can understand how the two vectors are being added, how the two vectors are being added. In another manner also we can add, that is the parallelogram law of vector addition. So, we have found the directions tan alpha value for different cases, if theta equal to 0, theta equal to 90, theta equal to 180. Okay. Now, we will apply the same angles values to calculate resultant of A and B. Resultant means here vector addition. In the vectors, resultant, the word is being used for only the operation addition, not for multiplication, scalar product and cross product and subtraction. Keep it in mind, children. For addition only we will use the resultant. So, magnitude of A plus B is called resultant vector. That vector magnitude already we have derived in this way. Okay. So, apply these cases to find out the resultant value. The first case, children, first case, if theta equal to 0 degrees, therefore, magnitude of the resultant vector equal to root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 0 degrees, cos 0 degrees, cos 0. Okay? Yes. What is the cos 0, children? Cos 0 value 1. From the graph already you have been explained. Look at this, plus 1, minus 1, 0. Here I am drawing the sine function. Okay. Look at this. Okay. Sine function and cosine function. So, this red color is a cosine function. Okay. Yes. Now, this is 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, 360 degrees. Okay, children? Yes. Now, you can see sin 0, 0, sin 90, sin 90 plus 1, sin 180, 0, sin 270 minus 1, sin 360, 0. Did you understand? If the angle is 90, sine of that function, this black color wave is sine wave, this red color wave is cos wave. So, red color cos wave, you can check here cos 0 at 0 degrees angle, the value plus 1. What is that? Plus 1. So, if you substitute that value, children, A square plus B square plus 2AB into 1. So, this can be written as a plus b whole square. So, simply a plus b. So, magnitude of the resultant gives you directly a plus b. That means 7 I cap, okay, and 3 I cap. Both are having same direction I. If you add them, 10I. This is x axis along, this is x axis. This answer also along x axis. How did you get? When they are parallel to each other, directly just add, so that you will get. Okay. There no need to consider the angle. By this formula you can understand cos 0 value 1, that is why. So, if you want to get maximum, the angle between the two vectors should be 0. That means two persons are pushing the vehicle. Okay, one person is pushing the vehicle. This is the car, children. This is the car. Okay, this is the car. Now it has been stopped. The driver has been seated here. So wheels. Okay, one person is pushing here. Another person is that person also pushing the car in this way. Both are pushing in same direction. So, the resultant will be maximum. If this red color person pushes in this way, what happens? This cancels your applied force. So, when you want to get maximum, the angle between them should be 0, not 180. If there is 180, minimum value you will get. If there is angle 0, you will get maximum. Simply the sum of these two forces, F1 plus F2. This can be applicable for any physical quantity in that vector space, that is why. Okay. Now, the second case, okay. Here you can see theta value 90, children, theta value 90. That means two vectors are perpendicular to each other. Both are acting perpendicular. That means I said you before, if this is the one block, this block is moving horizontally in this way by my applied force. Okay, that means like this. Okay, this is block. This is my A bar. Now you people are applying force in this way, B bar. So it should go in this way, B bar. So the resultant force you can see, not this side, not this side. In this way it goes slantly. So it will go the resultant in this way, A bar plus B bar. Once form the triangle, children, A bar, okay, parallel. Keep it in mind, vectors can be dragged without changing its orientation. Okay. In every reference frame, you just maintain same orientation, okay, same length. Don't change that one, but you can drag anywhere you can place vector. So, the vector mathematical tool, even you change the reference frame, the value won't be changed. Keep it in mind. Okay, the value won't be changed. That's why. So, B parallel to this one. Look at this. I joined its tail to this head. So, this is called head tail or tail head method to know geometrically the resultant. Look at this. Those are representing according to the triangular addition of vectors. They are representing two sides of triangle. Which triangle now? The angle I said here 90. So, obviously the resultant will be opposite side, will form the resultant. Look at this, A bar plus B bar. Look at this orientation and this orientation, children. Yes, both are same. In this way we can calculate. So, the vectors are very useful tool to apply the mathematics to physics, because in this nature everything is related with mathematics, some value, certain value. According to that one, every phenomena is going. You have known Planck constant, okay, H value, okay, Boltzmann constant, Avogadro's number. These all are constants in this universe. Even we people are here or not, those are constant. Did you understand? So, in this way we can do. Okay. So, based on these physical constants, nowadays we have defined our fundamental physical quantities. Before that, one case is by measuring one platinum iridium block in Italy, but now that is defined based on the Planck's constant. Planck's constant, okay, according to frequency, and they related to the E equal to delta mc square relation. So, in this way they calculated, because those won't be changed even our human species are abolished. Maybe new species will come, they will rule the world, they will dominate the other species like us now, but those values won't be changed. So, in this universe all the phenomena is related to some certain values, that means mathematics. So, that is why we are studying the physics by using the mathematics, Physics is nothing but the flesh. If you consider entire physics as one body, the physics statements, laws, these all are flesh. But what is the skeleton, children? Mathematics. What is the skeleton? Mathematics. It gives you structure. What is physics? So, in this way. So, theta value 90. So, apply the formula, children. Modulus are root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 90. Cos 90. See, children. Cos 0 1. Cos 90. See, children. Here, what is the value, children? 0. What is the value? 0, origin. So, 2ab into 0, what will happen, children? This becomes 0, right? So, 0 into 2ab, 0. So, what do you get ultimately? The answer, root of a square plus b square. Root of a square plus b square. That means, whenever you have the right angle triangle, hypotenuse equal to square root of side plus square of side. Look at this, a and b. So, if you want to write this one, root of a square plus b square. So, that is why Pythagoras right angle triangle is very important to understand the vectors, to know the magnitude. So, even sometimes the angle is not 90, but we should make that triangle to be right angle, to apply the Pythagoras theorem, to know the magnitude, That is why Pythagoras theorem is very important to calculate magnitude, Okay. This is the second case. So, this is the answer. If theta value 180, can you calculate, children? Theta value 180, what will happen? Cos 0 1, cos 90 0, cos 180 here. What is this value? Minus 1. What is this value? Minus 1 means how those vectors are? This side B, this side A. The angle between them 180. Always take anti-clockwise, and that too smallest. Let me know if this is one vector A bar, this is one vector B bar. I said now take the angle mostly anti-clockwise. So, do you take the angle in this way or this way? I said you before, keep it in mind one thing, shortest angle you should take. If you take in this way anti-clockwise, in this case that is above 180, we should not consider, we should consider this one. Okay. So, here you can apply that anti-clockwise, that must be smallest and anti-clockwise. So, better you can take like that. And if you want to calculate angle between any two vectors, make them collinear, even they are kept in so much difference. That means here one vector, here one vector, here one vector. What should I know? If I want to know the angle between this one and this one, what should I do, children? I should drag without changing its orientation, drag this one. So, I will keep here. Okay. I made them to collinear. Now, I can measure this angle. Then I can apply whatever the resultant. So, if you take the cos theta 180 value, as minus 1, you will get, here I am writing, children, see, listen, third case, theta equal to 180. Therefore, modulus r bar equal to root of a square b square plus 2ab cos 180 cos 180. So, what do you get? A square plus b square cos 180 value minus 1, so minus 2ab. Children, you have learnt in this one in your 6th class. A plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab, a minus b whole square equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So, this can be written a minus b whole square square root. So, square root and a square can be cancelled, you will get modulus r equal to a minus b, a minus b. So, simply just subtract. So, the addition becomes subtraction. The addition becomes subtraction. That is why I said you before, in the mathematics we have only one operation, that is addition, that is addition. Okay. So, even the integration also addition. Okay, children, even the integration also addition. So, in this way we can do. Okay. Yes. Now, if two vectors, okay, in the same way in the triangular law of vector addition, the two vectors forms the sides of parallelogram. Sides of parallelogram. That means parallelogram means four sides. It is a quadrilateral. Opposite sides are equal and parallel, and no need to be the angle is 90. No need to be angle is 90. If it is 90, that can be rectangle or square. If that is not 90, simply then we can call it as quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means opposite sides are parallel and equal. A, B, C, D. So, AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. And the same way AB equal to CD, in the same way AD equal to BC. Now, the case is if two vectors represent the sides of the parallelogram, that means these are not there. Okay. So, this is one vector AB and CD. Two vectors, that means one object is there. Okay. This is maybe some gold block. Okay. Me and my friend are thieves. So, he also trying to drag, me also trying to drag. Okay. Here me, okay, both are dragging. This is me, A, okay, simply AB, according diagram. Here, this one, AD. So, here this is my friend. So, this is my friend. Both are dragging, because he also wants this gold, me also wants this gold. So, both are dragging. In which way will it go? In which way will it go? So, simply if these forces, as if I consider vectors, and these vectors are forming according to this point, okay, forms parallelogram. If you extend the same this side, the same this side, okay, AD, AB, it forms one parallelogram. So, what will be its resultant force or resultant vector? Means it forms its diagonal. How will it be possible? Try to understand from this example. Look at this. It's one boat, okay, and this is rest water in a channel. Now, this boat is dragging by the person A. So, in which way it is going now? It is going in this way, right? Okay. Now, okay, consider this force is not acting and this person is not dragging this one from this bank. One more person is there, okay, this person B. He wants to drag this one. So, he also uses the langer and dragging this one. So, this boat may move this side, but the case is this boat is required for that person on the bank that side, this person on the bank this side. So, simultaneously the boat is being dragged by these two persons. In which way will it go, children? Obviously, you know it is moving in this side. it is moving in this side. So, if you form these directions as vectors and their applied forces as vectors, and the sides, if you imagine by using this one parallelogram, what does it call? Parallelogram. So, same side as draw here, same side. So, I am drawing with red color, same side, this ones and this one same side. Okay, I stopped here, and the same thing to be as the opposite side. And so, look at this, now it forms one parallelogram, opposite sides. Now, what is its resultant, children? Experimentally, okay, they proved, mathematically also they proved, the resultant is it's a diagonal, the measure diagonal, the measure diagonal. So, this is the diagonal measure, okay, this is a minimum, measure diagonal, minimum. Two diagonals are existed in the mathematical shape of the quadrilateral parallelogram, major and minor. The major represents the sum, addition of these two vectors. Minor represents subtraction of those two vectors, means I am taking the angle between them as 180, then dB is the answer. If I am taking the angle between them, the lesser one, then this one, okay. That means AC, AC is our answer, AC is our answer. It's a diagonal gives you the resultant force on this boat. So, the boat will move in this way, the boat will move in this way. When the two forces are acting, simply take its by observing, by imagining one parallelogram, take its diagonal, that is the resultant, that is the resultant. So, mathematically also it has been proved, it has been proved. Okay. What the mathematical law? Parallelogram law, parallelogram law. Mathematically you have this one, this is the parallelogram A, B, C, D, okay. Squares of the sum of the all four sides is equal to the squares of the diagonal, squares of the diagonal. Look at this, what are the sides here? A, B, B, C, C, D, D, A. Squares of sum of these, square them, yes, is equal to sum of the squares of their diagonals, their diagonals. So, take this one, AC whole square, AC whole square, AC whole square, and BD whole square. So, squares of the all sides sum and squares of the diagonals means AC square plus BD square, okay, AC square and BD square. So, I said you before, this one parallel and equal, this one parallel and equal. So, AB equal to CD. So, this can be written AB. So, in this way AB, CD, this one and this one equal, right. So, I can write 2 into AB whole square, the same way AD and BC both are equal. So, same way I can write 2 into BC whole square, okay, 2 into BC, or you can write AD, okay. So, if this is a rectangle or square, if rectangle, what happens? Both diagonals will have same value, right. So, I will reduce to 2 into AC of whole square, this one BD and AC I assumed as equal. If it is rectangle or square, that can be written. So, 2 can be cancelled. Again, what did you get, children? What did you get? Again, square of the side plus square of the side equal to square of the hypotenuse. Again, you want to get the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Here also we will go through in that way. We will go through in that way. But mathematically we will derive how this diagonal represents its resultant. Two vectors are in this way, how this is the resultant, okay. Simply bring this one AD, I said before we can drag the vector anywhere without changing its orientation. So, AD can be written here, so you can see, okay. So, the resultant close side, okay. and that way you can say. So, this one and this one represents. So, this is the resultant. Did you understand? So, in this way we are going to calculate parallelogram. So, same way what we followed the triangular law of vector addition, the same way we will reduce this one for triangle, then we will apply the formula. See children, I have written the statement of parallelogram law of vector addition. If two collinear vectors means they start from one point. Okay, look at this. Represents the sides of parallelogram. Okay, so that you can form parallelogram in this way. Imaginarily you can form, right? So the resultant of these two means A plus B I want. Resultant of A bar plus B bar. These two vectors follow the major diagonal. Major diagonal means this one. Okay, major diagonal. Okay, children. Yes, OX, OY, and this is Z. So this OZ gives you A bar plus B bar. Now we need to know its magnitude and its direction. So you can see again it forms the triangle. What we have calculated magnitude and direction of two vectors summation in the triangle law, the same thing will be calculated here. But here when those are two vectors collinear and its diagonal gives you the resultant. Either in the triangular law you can calculate or in this way also you can calculate, children. But in most cases you can see two vectors starts from one point, that is why this law can be applicable. Okay? Yes. Mathematically also I said you before, sum of the squares of all the sides is equal to the sum of the squares of the diagonals. If you apply that one, you can get this one. So, mathematics being applied for physics. Okay? Yes. Now, I need to calculate this OZ. See, this OY. Okay? This becomes OY. So, this one parallel, this one parallel. Again what should we do, children? We take the projection, so form it makes it to right angle triangle OX, OY, that is equal to XZ. So, this one I used as K. What is that? K. So, apply the formula. I want to know its magnitude. Magnitude, what should I do, children? I should apply Pythagoras theorem. So, modulus of A bar plus B bar equal to resultant vector equal to what should I do? OX plus XK whole square KZ whole square. Okay? KZ whole square. But OX value simply A, XK value, XK if you want, OY value B, right. So, XZ value also parallel and equal, right. This one also B bar vector, its projection on the horizontal B cos theta if the angle is theta between them, between two vectors, means here this one is theta, angle between this vector OX and OY theta. So, same value there also. Okay, right. So, B cos theta whole square plus KZ, children, KZ. Okay. So, this is a vertical component of this vector XZ or OY, nothing but the B. So, B sin theta, by the resolution you got B cos theta, B sin theta, horizontal component, vertical rectangular component. So, B sin theta whole square. Again, what do you get, children, here? A square, B square cos square theta and 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta square root. So, what happens? Here B square cos square theta, here B square sin square theta. Take the common value B square. So, you will get A square plus B square cos square theta plus sin square theta value 1 plus 2ab cos theta. What did you get children in the triangular law of vector addition? Same value. So, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, the same thing, but I made this parallelogram into one triangle, again I applied. Okay children, in this way you can calculate its magnitude, and again if you want the direction, that means alpha, tan alpha value, zk by ok, zk means b sin theta, tan alpha equal to zk by ok means zk opposite side by adjacent side, this one. So, zk value b sin theta by ox plus ak, a plus b cos theta. So, this is the tan alpha. Again you can check the theta equal to 0 value, theta equal to 90 value, theta equal to 180 value. So, both are same mostly, but the statements in this way we can utilize simply by applying the triangular law or parallelogram law. Okay? But keep it in mind when those are collinear, when those are starting from one point. But that one triangular law, we made them as two sides of triangle, and the third side we have taken, Okay. Geometric also we will represent, I will draw on the board now. Okay children. Now in the vector addition, the third law, polygon law of vector addition. That means in the parallelogram law, triangular law, we have discussed if the vectors are sides of either triangle or parallelogram. How many sides we have considered there children? We have considered 2 sides. In so many cases you will have 3 or more sides. So, simply in the triangular law also, if this is the vector A, if this is the vector B, in which way do you take the its resultant A plus B? From the tail of first vector to head of the second vector you will join, and you will say this is the resultant. What did you do children here? These 2 sides are representing triangle sides, and they are following one direction, but you have taken the resultant opposite to its direction, Look at this, okay. If these are following anti-clockwise, this is following clockwise, and you just take the closing side of these 2 sides, if this is triangle, if that is any quadrilateral, what do you say? That means quadrilateral means A, B, C. Now, I want resultant of these 3, What should I do? I should take in the same way, look at this, these are all following the anti-clockwise. Now, I should take opposite to that one, means this side. What should I take? Closing side. What did you take here children? Closing side, right? Here also. First vector tail to last vector head I should join. First vector tail, last vector head. So, the same thing I have written here. So, for 3 or more vectors, 3 or more vectors represent the n minus 1 sides of polygon. Polygon means poly. Okay. After 10th class, some of your brothers and sisters will write the polytechnic entrance. So many. Polymer in the chemistry. So many monomers are being represented with the word polymer, so many. Did you understand? So many. Here, not 2 sides, okay, more than that one, 3 or more. So many sides is called polygon structure. So, in that polygon, I have n sides. Except one, I considered all. So, if this quadrilateral, how many sides does it have? 4 sides. But I have taken 1, 2, 3. If total sides n value 4 children. So, n minus 1 means 3. So, not only 3, even you can take a 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, any more. But n minus 1 side, just leave one vector, take other sides as a polygon. Now you can see the resultant of these all vectors represented by closing side, nth side, that the closed one. Look at this 1, 2, 3, fourth side I left right, the resultant will be given by this one. Okay, see from this tail to head I joined in the reverse manner. That is why resultant of these all vectors is represented by closing side, nth side of polygon in opposite direction. That means I am drawing, look at this, first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one. Now you can see. Should I draw here or not? So this is the closing side, eighth one. Okay. So look at this, all these are following anti-clockwise direction, but this follows opposite to that one. So this gives you, if this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So the vector of this all resultant means AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EF plus G plus GH. Okay. So how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides. What is the closing side? 8th side. What is that? AH. Did you understand? So in this way we can write. Even here also OX, Y. So OX plus XY equal to OY. OX plus XY equal to OY. So closing side we should take opposite to that one, whether it is 2 sides or 3 sides, better polygon, that is why n sides. Even it is triangle also you are taking closing side, here also closing side. Simply by taking the closing side you can write. Okay. So geometrically we will see how this vector is being formed if you take geometrically the vectors as arrows. Okay. See here I have drawn two lines. What actually, why we are drawing these 2 lines and 3 lines and 1 line means, you people are observing 3D world. What is that? 3D world. Okay, 3D means 3 dimensions, x, y, z. Okay, to locate one position in this universe, you are taking one reference. So that reference also you by taking 2 lines with angle 90. No need to be 90. Conventionally we people are following, because we will perceive in this way. Even you can keep so many axes with the different angles, with the 10 degrees also you can keep. Okay. So that is why one concept is there, n dimensional view, n number of dimensions. We people can see anything in 3 dimensional view, that is it, as a human being. Okay. There is possibility to see so many dimensions. Okay. If you follow the string theory, how this universe have been evolved and how these locations have been positioned, those all can be known by the string theory. They are taking only 11 dimensions they are considering. Okay. Even we also nowadays, according to the Einstein special theory of relativity, we people are taking 4 dimensions. Dimensions means simply lengths. Okay. But in the 4th dimension we add a time also, x, y, z, t. X, y, z, t. Okay. So, but 4th dimension we do not want. Here you can see I have taken 2 dimensions, x comma y, that means only 2D, plane right, 2D. So, for this 2D we are going to identify 2 vectors. Now, I said one vector A bar equal to 3i plus 4j. So, where will it be, children? 3i, 4j. So, 2i, 3i, 4i, 5i, 6i, 7i, 8i. In the same manner, j, 2j, 3j, 4j, 5j, 6j, caps. Unit vectors along the y-axis, unit vectors along the x-axis. Okay, children? Yes. Now identify this vector, children. Position vector A bar, identify 3i, 4j. Where is 3i, children? Here. Where is 4j? Here. So, if you draw the line from the origin, this is A bar. This is A bar. Now, B bar, one more vector I am taking. B bar. Okay. Here the case is 7i plus 5j. 7i, 5j. Identify, children. 7i. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here and 5j here. So, in the coordinate geometry, Cartesian coordinate, René Descartes sir has given, French philosopher cum scientist, he has given this type of imaginary view to locate the positions. Okay. So, whatever 7i plus 5j, identify its position vector. Position is this one. In the coordinate geometry, you will say this is 7, 5, this is 3, 4. But with the length, with the direction from the origin, we are representing. These are the position vectors. 7i, 5j. So, 7i, 5j, the red one. Okay, 7i, 5j. So, this is B vector. This is B vector. Okay. So, simply two forces are acting in one reference frame and from another reference frame you are watching, or in that same reference frame you are watching what is the summation of these two. Summation of these two. We have done the addition, right, mathematical operation that we are applying here. So, what will be the answer? A bar plus B bar. Okay. Add them these two, 10i, 9j. This is resultant, right? Okay. R bar equal 10i plus 9j. So, 10i plus 9j. So, the resultant will follow that much value. So, identify 10i. So, extend this. Okay, I extended positive x axis. Positive x axis. Okay. So, 9i, 10i. So, right. I am writing here, children, 9i, 10i. Now, 9j. Okay, this one also should be extended. Again, I am extending the y axis. Okay. Okay. This is 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This is 9j, 8j, 7j, 10j. So, according to this one resultant, 10i here, 9j here. So, join this one. Okay, you can see. Okay. So, from this one join, children, from this one the resultant represents with the black here in this case. Here you should write. Okay. What is that point? 10i, 9j. So, simply 10 comma 9, but I said you 10 along x axis, that is why 10i, j along y axis, that is why 9j. Okay. So, represent. Okay. This is the resultant equal to A bar plus B bar, A bar plus B bar. See, children, this is the position vector of B, this is the position vector of A. Now, A bar plus B bar, I got 10i plus 9j. So, here this is B bar and this is a resultant. Between this point and this point in the coordinate geometry, what is the difference, children? How do you say? 10 minus 7, 3, 9 minus 5, 4, 3, 4. Look at this here. So, from this one to this one, how much length? The same length here. The same length here. The same length. So, if this is B, this is A. Okay. So, you can see side of a triangle resultant. Okay, same case. This is A and this B you can trace here. Look at this 3, 4, 10, 9. 10 minus 3, 7, 9 minus 4, 5. So, that can be drawn here. So, I am drawing here, see. So, children, if you draw here, you will know how does it form. Okay, this is A, blue color. Now, B, red color, right. So, in this way we have this is B, this is A, okay, this is A, right. Now, its resultant we need to know. I said 10I plus 9j, simply by adding in the arithmetic manner we added, okay, i's and j's, I got that one. But what the parallelogram tells you, children? Parallelogram tells you it's a diagonal. If you form the same side, okay, here, what do you get? In the same side, this side. So, its diagonal gives you vector. Diagonals gives you vector. So, this is A bar plus B bar. So, same way B bar plus A bar plus B bar. So, if you want to get for this triangle, B bar plus A bar gives you this resultant. Even A bar plus B bar gives you this resultant. Okay. So, here which law it is? A bar plus B bar equal to B bar plus A bar. Commutative law. What does it call? Commutative law. You can see B bar plus A bar. Okay. Here the operation B bar plus A bar. Here the operation A bar plus B bar. So, commutative law. In this way you get. So, that one, the resultant of these two forces can be observed by any other person in reference frame to get this one 10, 9. If it is 3I 4j A, 7I 5j, the 10I plus 9j will be its a parallelogram, you can see. In this way the parallelogram law of vectorization can be written. So, if it is 3-dimensional, how can it be shown? See children, here we have 3 dimensions. Till now we have discussed 2 dimensions, right? 3 dimensions, x axis, y axis, z axis. Okay. So, how the vector is being represented? That means along x axis how much its projection, along y axis how much its projection, along z axis how much its projection. So, see here, from the origin it intercepts the x at x naught, it intercepts the y at y naught. Okay. So, along this one you should take the length as ax, and along y axis parallel to that one draw the line parallel to and equal. Okay. So, this one should be equal, right. In that way I have drawn. This is ay. Now, look at this. You can see here which law I am applying. This is called right hand thumb rule. Look at this. Along x axis I should keep my all fingers. Okay. Now, this should be curl. Along plane xy. Along this one I should curl. Okay. Now, I should open my thumb, that tells you z axis. So, that tells you z axis in this way. So, this intersection, okay, is z naught az. What is it? Az. You can see in this way I kept, the hand has been kept in this way, and I curled along plane xy and I opened the thumb. So, 3-dimensional view. So, the vector can be written A vector, that means this one, A vector A bar equal to Ax I cap, Ay j cap, Az k cap. Once see here, along this one Ax, along this one Ay, along this one Az. So, this is the vector. Okay, children, in this way we can calculate. So, I said you right hand keep in this way and curl along xy plane. Okay. So, this plane you can see. Now, there you can take the equal size of Az here, Az. Okay. Ax, Ay, Az. Ax, Ay, curled and opened that AZ. So, this entire vector can be written in this way: AX, AY, AZ as magnitudes and their ijk directions in this way. So, 3-dimensional vector. Mostly we will take, if the vector is B, mostly we will take 2-dimensional. Bx, along x its magnitude B with the direction I and y like this. So, if you want to get your this magnitude, modulus B root of side square plus side square, Bx square plus By square. So, if any vector given in 3 dimensions, that means one vector A bar is 2i 3j plus 4k. So, apply the same formula, magnitude A bar equal to root of formula Ax square plus Ay square plus Az square. That means children, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. In this way you can calculate any vector if you have been given. So, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 9 plus 16 25 plus 4 root 29. How much? Root 29. So, this is the magnitude of the resultant vector, the resultant vector from here to there it forms. In this way we people are using the vector as a mathematical tool to understand any physical quantity, okay, with the reference frame. Okay children, yes. See here, before I said this is the vector A bar. If you take its reference frame in this way, now the same vector I will draw here without changing its orientation. Look at this one also without changing its orientation. Now its reference frame in this way. Now this reference frame in this way. I have not changed its orientation, but I can change the reference frame. So, in this way we can take one vector into another reference frame without changing its orientation. The value won't be changed. The same thing you will have. Addition of two vectors follow commutative law. Commutative law means simply children, any two values 2, 4 I have taken. So, you can add 2 plus 4, what is the value children? 6. And again apply the 4 position here, 2 position here. Look at that, 4 plus 2, 6. But if I do 2 minus 4 in the same way, 4 minus 2 are both same. 2 minus 4 gives you minus 2. 4 minus 2 gives you plus 2. Are they same each other? No, they are not same. So, subtraction of two values does not follow commutative law, but addition follows. It obeys that law. Commutative law means in any manner I can add. Now, one more, for the vectors also it is being obeyed. For vector addition also those are being obeyed. According to the associative, we are going to check. 3 vectors I am taking, A bar, B bar, C bar, to check associative. Associative law means children, associative law. What is the associative law in the mathematics you have learnt? A bar plus B bar plus C equal to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. A bar plus B bar plus C bar equal to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. This is we are going to prove. Yes. See here, this is A bar. Okay. This is B bar. This is C bar. Okay. So, A bar plus B bar gives you, and this one A bar plus B bar plus C bar, right. These two vectors gives you this resultant, these two gives you this resultant. Now, the case is first add these two. Which one? B plus C. Okay. Yes. What is this one? B plus C. Now, this vector and this vector. So, I am writing children here. This is A bar plus B bar plus C bar. Here also what is the resultant, children? The same one. This can be equated to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. Geometrically I can prove. See? So, in this way we have shown. Okay? A bar plus B bar plus C bar equal to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. So, vector addition follows, vector addition obeys the first one. Which one? That commutative law. Commutative law. And the second one, associative law. Okay? And the third one, distributive law also can be done. But before that you need to know multiplication. Before that you need to know multiplication.